When I think of movies that set the stage for comic book movies today, I think of two movies, Blade and Bryan Singer's X-Men. I had never been more excited for a movie in my life. I was finally going to see my favorite X-Men characters in live action for the first time ever. Not to mention, this was going to be the first comic book movie that I saw in theaters. Trust me, this movie doesn't disappoint. It immediately establishes that this movie was going to be a more serious take on the content. It sets up the tragic character of Rogue, it introduces some great villains like Magneto and Sabretooth. Heck, it even made Toad look cool. The X-Men looked awesome, and let's be honest, could they have made a better casting choice for Professor X? And if that wasn't enough, we get one of the coolest character introductions in a movie ever. I, of course, refer to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Just watch this scene.
Come on, buddy, this isn't gonna be worth it. I know what you are.
You lost your money. You keep this up, you lose something else.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, Nerdgasm virginity officially lost. One of the things I found really interesting, which these movies would later become famous for, is that the movie as a whole is actually a drama that just happens to contain action. This probably disappointed a lot of people, but for me, it pulled me in even more. It really promotes the gravity of the situation that these characters are in, so when the action starts, you can really get behind it. Now, there are issues with the film. For one, Wolverine and Cyclops. They dislike each other because they disliked each other in the comics. It's never truly established in the movie. The tension between them seems kind of forced at first. It becomes a little more understandable later when Logan starts hitting on Jean, but before then it just kind of seems out of nowhere. The second issue is with the X-Men themselves. Other than Wolverine, they can't really fight. This issue, of course, is resolved in the second movie, but in this movie, they seem to continuously get their asses handed to them. A lot. At least until they use their powers. We're not even going to talk about the bad pun by Storm, and let's be honest, Magneto's helmet looks kinda silly. They even make note of it in the sequel, but that doesn't really make up for it. All that aside, this is still a cool movie that does a good job of handling a lot of characters that I feel still holds up today. For me, seeing this movie will be a day in the past that I will always remember in the future.